Hello to my dear friends, how are you? This is Tamara Weeks on Tam's Daily Vlog. I wanted to answer a couple of questions today, or a few questions, and then I want to do another Q&A. I need to do these more often. Please put any questions that you have, even if you asked me before. If it's something that I haven't answered, or maybe I've answered in the comments but not answered on a video, just put it underneath this video and I will make a video answering those questions. But I get a lot of really common questions. One of them has been about Micah's clothes. Why does Micah wear 2 shirts? We started putting 2 shirts on Micah a long time ago because she drools a lot, and we were finding that her drool was getting her shirt wet, and then that wet shirt would sit right up on her skin. So we started putting a second shirt on. The first shirt catches the drool, the second shirt catches maybe a little bit of the rest of it, but her skin is staying dry. So that's a reason that we do it. Depending on what she's wearing, we're also doing it for modesty purposes. Like, for instance, this right here has this is just a lacy sleeve. I don't usually wear these without putting something underneath them. I don't know, I just have this personal thing about my arms showing. I want stuff to be 3/4 length. Since I've been in Texas and I have all these chores, it gets really hot. So I haven't been wearing 2 layers every day. I started out wearing 2 layers for several days, and then I decided, you know, I don't really have to wear 2 layers every single day. And I'm not going anyplace for the most part, and my hair's not done today. You kind of can't stay looking good for very long around here. When I get underneath a cage, if somebody happens to be in a cage and I have to go in there like Goober Goob, his name is Goober, the little miniature pincher. This is Ren. He is a blue heeler, and he stayed right upstairs with me last night. Hey, big boy. That's a big boy right there. That's a Ren. Goober has a cage, and so when I have to duck down to grab him, then my hair gets caught, you know, in the cage, because I have to scoop him up to take him outside, and then I have to put his food in there and change his water and stuff like that. So there is stuff all over the house that just catches the top of my hair. And then there's this cat. There's this gray and white cat in the cat room named Prancer, and if I get close to him at all, he's going like this. Well, there are 2, he likes to sit on top of these 2 litter boxes, and I'm trying to clean the litter box, and then I have to watch him because he reaches over and takes his claws and he grabs my hair. So you fix your hair and you go through all that stuff and you don't have a hairdo anymore. So questions. Let's see, that was one question that I get asked a lot. I get asked, okay, somebody sent me an email. You're a mother. I am so sorry. It was right before I came to Texas, I think, and I did not get you answered. I'll go see if I can try to find your email. I don't even know how to find it. But you asked me how I found home health care services for Micah. It has been so long ago that I don't know, but somebody's always telling me something. So it was a word of mouth kind of thing. But if you look up in your town, if you Google home health care services in whatever city and state you live in, you can do home health care services plus the city you live in plus the state you live in. It pulls up more options if you put the plus sign in there instead of just the space. You can call one of them. You can have an interview with them. You can have it. They will come to your house. All the companies that I've worked with, that have worked for me, that I've been a client for, however I should say that, they come to the house. We do an interview. The company we're currently with, I asked them for referrals, And I called people on the phone. I think I called 3 people on the phone and talked to them about the services that they receive with this healthcare company. They will take care of all of the insurance, all of the billing, and you don't have to do anything. They make it super, super easy for you. I do know that it is hard sometimes to go on and find all of the ones that are in your city. There is a list that we have here somewhere, and I'm trying to remember where it is. A good source is the Health and Human Services. If you call them up, they can also help you with that. They can either direct you somewhere, or they can email you a list or tell you what they know of that is available. But insurance, let's see, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield for primary insurance, which pays for 0 home health care services. And then they get billed first, then it gets billed to Medicaid, and Medicaid pays for 100% of Micah's services. So everything that Micah gets done is first billed to Blue Cross, and then it's billed to Medicaid second. I forgot I didn't write these down. I just picked up the phone because I haven't made any videos for a few days, and I wanted to answer some questions that I get a lot of. Somebody asked me if Micah is cold a lot, because I always have so many clothes on her. That's a great question. Micah's feet are always cold. She's always got cold little feet, and she wears socks and then wears those AFOs and then wears her shoes. You would think her feet would be warm, but she does have cold feet. Anytime you ask her if she's cold, she says no. It can be 0 degrees outside. Are you cold, Micah? No. Do you want a blanket? No. She can be over in the family room where it is definitely cold because there's no heat over there, just a plug-in heater. She'll say no. On occasion, I can talk her into saying yes and let me put a blanket across her lap while she's in there. So she doesn't complain about being cold. Hot? Are you hot? No. Are you hot? Are you sure you're not hot? No. Only she goes, no. There's this one particular way that she says no, and it just cracks me up, and I just get so tickled when she says it like that. Oh, I know. A question that I get, who takes care of Micah when you're not home? Like right now I'm in Texas and I've been here for several weeks. CNAs take care of Micah. William, her dad, takes care of Micah. Bronson will help Dad take care of Micah. And during the day, she's at her day program, and they take care of her. So everybody at home is taking care of Micah without me. Is that the dog? And so that's what happens to Micah when I'm not home. And I missed a call yesterday from Deb. I'm assuming she was at the house. I didn't look at the schedule, but I missed her call. She was probably calling me. Well, she would have been calling me with Micah if she would have been with Micah. That's when she's been calling me. We did a video call on accident one time. Apparently, I clicked on the video button, and I didn't even know I was on video. And she's like, oh, I didn't know we were doing video. And then she clicked on video. Okay, therapy. Micah's in speech therapy. She has a new physical therapist because the private therapist that Micah has had for 25 years or so is retiring. So we have another one that is not private. This just started right before I came to Texas. I have not met them. I have not talked to them. I already feel prejudiced and feel like they won't be as good as the private therapist that we've had. I just don't think they will probably be as specific maybe as Linda was. But we'll wait and see. I'm going to check on it when I get back home. So she is getting those 2 therapies. I know we've had a few conversations about speech therapy. And I did talk to the company right before I left. There were like a lot of things happening right when I left town. I asked the company who's providing both of these therapies, the speech and the physical therapy, I was asking them about Micah, you know, are they working on getting some kind of a device? Are they looking to see what kind of device might work for Micah? And they were checking on it, and I have not talked to them since then, except to get the EOBs. That's the explanation of benefits. They have to have an explanation of benefit from Blue Cross so that they can send it over to Medicaid. And because this therapy place is out of network, if they were in network, Blue Cross would send this EOB straight to the provider. But because they are out of network, I have to send it over to them myself, which is like a real pain. I'm going to check on that also when I get home. We may, depending on what I find, we may switch over to somebody else just so that I don't have to mess with this a few times a month. We'll just kind of see how it goes. And I can't do it from here in Texas. William's having to do it for me. It's not hard, you know, it's just one of those things you just don't want to mess with. There are two ways you can get this EOB. One of them is a PDF file. The other way is just to open the EOB. I can't do either one of those things on my phone. William can't do it on his tablet. That's a little bit annoying. But he can do it at work, and then he can just email it over to the billing office of the therapy place. So I know we've had a lot of questions about therapy. Somebody's asked me, and there are a lot of questions I get about Micah's AFOs. Those are the ankle, foot, orthotic. That's the little brace that she wears on her leg. Most recently, is Micah always going to wear those? Yes, she's been wearing them for as long as I can remember, and she will wear them until the end of time because she needs that in order to keep her Achilles muscle. So pretend like my hand is a foot. Otherwise, the foot will drop, and then that little muscle back there will get short. It will become contractured. And so when it stays like this, it stays stretched out. And then I don't know if I told you, but Micah's going to get Botox on her left arm and her right leg in October. We're going to see if it will help improve her quality of life, if she can get any more movement and stretch her left arm out because it is super, super tight. Okay, so there's two things that can happen. There's contracture, and then there's just spasticity. Well, spasticity is just when it's tight, and then therapy, you know, can pull it out. Well, we do therapy on her 2 to 3 times a day on that arm. It doesn't get any better. I don't know that it gets any worse, but it doesn't get any better. So contracture is where it has stayed tight for so long that it literally can't be stretched out even with therapy because the muscle has literally shortened. Maybe it was this long and it has shortened to this size. The neurologist said that he thought it was worth going ahead to try the Botox to see if it would help her arm. If it doesn't help, then we're going to have a conversation about whether we think it's worth going in there and doing surgery. What surgery would do is cut that muscle, stretch it out, and then that would give Micah some mobility in that arm. She would be able to move it. So she would be able to do things like hold on to her plate while she's eating. It would help her to hold her cup a little bit better. It would allow her to sit her hand down in her lap. It would allow her to maybe do things where she's holding on to something with both of her hands, or maybe play a game or something where she can, you know, like maybe hold a ball. She can't hold a ball right now because her left arm is just too drawn up where she can't use it. So we'll see what happens with that. We have to wait until October. And then if we don't see much results in October, unless it's different with Micah's spasticity, we'll try it 2 to 3 times to see, because sometimes I know with my Botox, it was like that. You try it one time, but you can try it up to 3 times to see if there's going to be a change. There wasn't a lot of change the first time I did it. It really wasn't until about the 3rd time that I did it that it made a difference. So I guess it kind of builds up in your system. So we'll just kind of see what happens with Micah in October when we do that. Give me some more questions in the comments, and I'll try to find some more comments, or try to find, did I say that right, questions? Give me questions in the comments. I will look for some more questions, and I will do more Q&As with you guys. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your questions. You guys asked me some great questions. I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help, for my help cometh from the Lord who made the heaven and the earth. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.